Okay. Okay. There were another internet interruption, so we have created a continuation of this one, but we didn't create the image. And by the way, we put gaming, but it's science and technology. And I have noticed that if you don't create a thumbnail for your live show, YouTube will grab some image and use it as a thumbnail. So in here right now is this, yeah, live, yeah. Right now it's using this placeholder, but eventually it will use an image from from the this is live stream. So I was saying that programming, I'm going to write it. Programming is an intrin intrinsically, I don't know, oh my god, I don't know how to spell this word. Hard activity. I heard or read this somewhere. I suppose it was John Gutak. I'm not sure. This guy is an instructor on edX, and he has also written books or written books. The programming is an intrinsically hard activity. That's why it always takes energy to for me to start this thing because it's hard on the brain. But with the new progress in technology, people uh, are able to deliver software very quickly. Okay, so something has changed. Maybe programming is not hard anymore. What is programming? Certainly it's not coding. Uh, yeah, maybe it will be defined differently as times goes by. Maybe 10 years from now, programming, people will say programming used to be this, but now programming is like this activity, and it's not hard anymore. But I suppose that programming is in the brain, some sort of, I don't know, I don't want to say anything because afraid to say a nonsense, but I'm not afraid. I am not someone who's not there to be seen as a naive person, or an ignorant person. So maybe programming, um, it's like this thing lives in your brain and you say rectangle. This is not a perfect rectangle. Maybe it's not a rectangle, but it seems to have these right angles. But I think that even if it's changed in the future, um, I don't know. I don't know. Even if you are able to, if your code editor is able to, to translate your speech into your ideas delivered in a speech way to code, and resulting in an application, you're still doing. I don't know. I don't know because maybe you're not doing the programming anymore because you will be requesting things, and maybe requesting things is not programming. But then we have functional programming and SQL. Think they are declarative in nature, and you are just specifying, not in an imperative way. And that thing is programming. Functional programming, believe me, that's programming. And also imperative programming, but uh, you instruct the computer, you express the structure of the program in a different way. So maybe you are communicating with the computer. This is a computer, and you are talking with the computer. This is your voice, and there is the microphone here, and some code is appearing in the screen. At the end of the day, you have some application, but then you are stating declaratively what you want. But I'm not sure. I don't want to do this because since I am writing this veritas world, I don't know. Mm. So if programming is not typing code, the code you write in the functional paradigm is declarative and SQL. But those languages are a product of mathematics. The languages I don't know. I think it can be seen as a form of mathematics. But then we have these natural languages. Uh, but still, someone will not be able to say that the natural language is not enough to program a computer because uh, we have been able to communicate with natural languages and build marvelous things with this ambiguous tool that is the natural language. You know, even giving orders to other people that are computing things in their brain. You are commanding things by natural language. So maybe these things, digital, these electronics, will evolve into some sort of, like, I don't know. There will be a mixing at the end of the day between humans and computers. As long as we remain humans, we will be okay. When we give up on our humanity, then it's the end of our species. And, and then they will come with another definition. Now a human is not like in the past. Now a human is this. And as long as you are accepting these definitions from the people doing the definitions or making the definitions, then it's up to you. Uh, but you should be able to say, no, a human is this from the very beginning. The moment this thing changed, no, we are not humans anymore. Okay, back to reality. We want to deliver an application in which the user can enjoy projective geometry as a pastime, to have some 5 minutes, like playing some video game, casual video game. That will be the application. They will draw a line, take a point, and draw another line here. It's like that, so 10 minutes. And then, okay, let me watch TV. Oh my God. So this is a rectangle. We are able to, we are always arriving at the same time because we don't want to think. Uh, I don't want to use 90 degrees. So we are doing this. Then we calculate some angle over here for 45 degrees. Is like, I don't know, some 135 because 90 degrees is here because it's the viewport 90. The viewport design in the canvas. So 90 degrees here is, well, we are moving towards this point. And then we translate the coordinates over here. And we have this thing. And then we rotate the thing to give the user experience a uniform feel. And then the viewport ends like this. And then we draw, I don't know, some threads. So we know this point, we know this point, we know this point, we know this point. Now, given some points over here, we want to know if they are inside this region. Mm, 25, 40 minutes. Using this anymore. I was about to create my own alarm clock, but I say, oh no, this is good. They don't have some feedback. Maybe yes, I don't know. Yeah. Maybe I will write them to say, but then they will say, come on, do your own thing or contribute the code or there are things that can be changed here. Uh, so I don't know. Yes. Okay. We know this. We are going to call it X, Y. We know this. This is city, city, and then we have this guy, and then we have this guy. This is road, road, and just mm, I don't know. And then thing is the thing gets cleared, so everything is going back to this point, and we are recomputing this and drawing the thing, but we always have this reference because the way the code is structured, we always have access to this reference. But the drawing, we have always access to this reference, uh, but we are recomputing everything and drawing um, every time. What I want to say is that we have access to this. Then let's use 100 and 100. The user clicks here, and then let's click, let's click what I'm talking about. Let's say, let's choose these coordinates and put it over here, here, and so it is, let's say, since this is 100, move here, 100. Okay, let's say that this thing is at 200. Okay, so and this way we can compute this, and then we are calling this like this. We are not finding a number for this for the time being. As I move into algebra, I hope to finish that book, and I really hope to be able to forget about these numbers and express everything in a general way for the general, you know, how can I say this? For all the cases, for all the cases, without going with the brute force approach. Nothing wrong with that. We always need examples. Uh, well, I would like to move into the direction of expressing a problem for the general frame or frameset. I don't know. Eventually, I will learn how to talk. uh, and okay, 200, 200. I don't know. This is one point and this is another point. So the user clicks here. How can we know if this thing is on this region? Um, so this is 200, 200. We have the width of this thing. And I don't want to do a lot of conditions that uh, if this is bigger, this should be present, but it's too early to start with conditions. Let's try to find a formula. Uh, Today I said that we will be for 2 hours, and I'm doing 1 hour. I don't know. I don't know how to think about this. 100, 100, 200. It seems so easy. I said I'm going to finish this application because just 1 minute ago I was about to say, you know, I'm not doing this because an idea arrived to my mind in which we said I said we have point, this point that is on in this line, and we were able to calculate its 90 rotation and this rotation. With that being said, following that idea, and then I stopped because I said to myself, how can I know? And this is crazy. You will say this guy is now is crazy. He lost his mind. He's totally lost. I don't know what is going to happen with this guy. How do you know? Yeah, I don't know. How do you know this is correct? Right? How do you know that this is correct? This indeed is here. Someone will say, well, you are following the trigonometric formulas. Uh, and these things are proof by centuries of work. So it works, you know? And then I said, yeah, we have to accept that this thing is work because we were able to find this rotation. So with that being said, we have this point and this point. There's always this thing. Okay. Mhm. Actually, what is this point? If we draw a circle of this radius, it will happen for him. It will pass, not happen. Happen is different. It will pass here. It will pass throughout here, through here. Then you're able to rotate this point along all of these circles. But if you want to know, let's choose another one. This point. I'm starting to laugh because I have a drawing from my geometry studies. It looks like this. There is a circle, and this is the center of the circle. And then I have something like this. And there is a theorem about this. Maybe this could be our strategy. And now we can say, oh my God, I'm going to become crazy of happiness if this thing works. Uh, how can I say, how can we say, how can we know if a point on the plane is inside the area of this circle that is defined by this radius? There is a circle here, and there is an area of this circle, but this is starting to become interesting to me again. Again, so no more programming thing. That's I don't know. I mean, it's great writing code, but this is interesting. And now I'm going back to the geometry book, and then how can I know if a point is inside the area of a circle, and then not in every part of the area, but a certain region. We have this drawing. I'm not sure where it is. I'm not sure it would be here. Okay, I'm going to show you all the image. No, oh, another thing. Not all the images are running. I don't know why. No, sure, I will be able to find it. I used to have a Patreon account, and it got closed because of inactivity. I didn't upload. I was a little bit crazy at that point of time, which is, oh yeah, I was, doing the making of something of this Blender project, and I was thinking, oh, the people will be very interested on this making of. Uh, and the thing was as silly as you can imagine. But still, maybe I will do another Patreon account. I'm not ashamed of my thinking, very naive. Uh, but I have to offer something to the public. The public. something that really helps them or to entertain them. Right now, I'm just documenting this craziness, the crazy building of Geometrikap. There used to be some sort of thing here. Mm, if you are watching this and are curious about some file, just say it. For example, someone will say, "Oh my God, I wish he opens the robot dilemma so we can know." I don't know if you're into this, but maybe some people will get curious about some file. So just let me know in the comments, and I will open the file for you. So just robot dilemma is this guy, okay? But I can open everything. But I think I was thinking of maybe people will get curious about this file. And if you see some other file that you want to see or know what it's about, just let me know in the comments and I will open the file for you. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to find that. Right now, I did it. Some time has passed. So yeah, we can model things like this. But that's not enough. Because let's suppose we draw the circle. And then remember that at the end, the viewport gets cleared, gets reset. We are doing a reset. And let's suppose we find the area of this circle, and let's suppose we find a way to say, okay, this is inside this region of the circle. That does not mean it's in here. That does not mean it's in here. So maybe we can draw a radius. If here's another thing. I don't know. I don't think so. Let's suppose someone clicks here. I was thinking that maybe we can draw a radius here and do some rotations. And if it's I'm sure if it is possible. Suppose someone clicks here, then we put it over here. Then we do the, you know, 40, 135 degrees. It will end here. I'm not sure where it will end. Most likely here. Maybe not because it's different. No, no, let's use someone very close. Let's use something here. Then we managed to put it here by measuring the distance. I'm putting a put the thing over here so we can rotate. Then a circle. So this is 0, 180, 170. This is another color. This will be 0. But this says me nothing. It tells me that most likely it's inside of this region. But how can I compare this point with this point now? We can have we will have this RT and T again. Uh, how can we compare this point with this point? Because from here we can draw a straight edge. We have the width. No, yeah, we have we have the width and the height. Let's see if we're going if it is going to work for other points and not only for that. Now let's suppose that we have some point here, right here, and then here it's counterpart, so-called counterpart. Then we have this thing, a 90. It will be inside and it will be always on this chart. And now let's use something here. And our drawings needs to be more precise. But it seems in here it will not be the case. Yeah, it seems it could be the case. I think that for every point, uh, for every point on this region, because for this point, it's here. For this point, it's here. So maybe now we have something. This having these two as a reference. For me, all the colors looks the same given this screen. This gold. So for this, it ends here. So apparently, and the midpoint, it's something to consider. Maybe the midpoint will help uh, uh, because it stays in right in the middle. No, so I am thinking that for this point, it will be here. Mm, and for this point, well, it's this point. But for this point, we have a messy, thing, but it's getting clear. Mm, We lost a week of not engaging with this thing. is 90 degrees. This is 1 to portray the fact that this point remains centered. I think maybe, oh my God, tomorrow I will be again on the trip to the hospital. So remember, I only have Tuesday and Thursday. So if you want to see me live, more likely the other days will be. I will try to be live. I don't know. Okay, we have a minute tomorrow with the guys of North. We're going to print the coordinates of this point in this angle and on this angle, and then if it works, just measure the distance, some Euclidean distance, or some other terms, and find these counterparts here. That should work. I don't know. We're going to try. For now, time has come. Time expired. So how do you like it? 1 hour. We said 2 hours. Okay.